try to stop this.
Karrigan's so good at getting these clutch kills, man. When all his teammates die and he has to get 2 or 3 kills if they want to even have a chance in the round, he always does it. Coming in with 3, dropping Simple in that messy spray after he fell off the rafters. 2-on-2, bomb picked up with that smoke in main. Mousesports are just waiting here. They don't know where NaVi are. They only know there's one player on the site at a bare minimum with that plant coming through. This re-smoke is going to buy even more time for NaVi. Mousesports, it's time they can't afford to waste. No kit in this round. There might be one dropped on the body of Karrigan potentially, but other than that, Mousesports are really desperate in this one. They've got to move. A Molotov from Frozen could force Electronic out, but he's got a crossfire with Perfecto.
Shouldn't be enough. I think there's still a good gap. That's going to be part of a blunder if this doesn't go their way. Rob's going to tap the bomb. Perfecto's going to swing from Hut. Electronic as well. But it's going to be Electronic that gets the 2 kills at the end of the day. And we're going to see another round for NaVi. Clawing it back, 12-9. They are certainly still in the game. And so are we.
Yeah, that 1v3 ace for Perfecto has really, shown its worth in this game so far. NaVi were almost out. They were almost, had what Mousesports did to Faze done to them. And a couple of crucial T-side rounds on the board, and they've, again, continued to break the economy. The issue that Mousesports are running into, like Harry mentioned, is this partial buy situation. They buy eco until they start to pick up rounds, but that could be in the eco. Chris taking down Flamey. Rops is on the ramp, and he's got a deep shot as well, but he can't connect it, moving and shooting. Never the most accurate. It's going to be a flank for Mousesports into the lobby. They're still forcing fights. Chris has got his 2nd kill with the Deagle. Karrigan been spotted, needs to duck out of this one. Give NaVi B. Mousesports have enough players to retake, but maybe it won't get to that because Woxic is shredding them. 2 kills. Perfecto grabs the orb, swaps back out to the Krieg. He needs another 1v3 ace. Is he up for the task?
No pressure, man. Here we go. Nowhere to go. Pretty much ended as soon as we started. It's just Frozen with the MAC-10 to take him out of the round. And really for Mousesports, that one's going to feel good. They save some Kriegs on the end of it, or at least one. AWP back in the hands of Woxic. And we're off to the races yet again with another U.S. Air Force tactical timeout. Now, NaVi, gonna have to go back to the game plan. Hugo, or excuse me, not Hugo, Harry, give me your best coach impression in this moment. If you're the coach of NaVi, what are you saying in the locker room?
Well, I'm not going to be like Rush here where he even tries to, mimic the accents.
I mean, it's kind of cooler, though. Yeah, it's way more realistic.
Because he actually nails it. That's the problem. But if I do it, it just sounds terrible. If I'm NaVi at this point, I'm reminding them of what they've done to get to this stage in time. And some of the incredible feats we've seen in these clutch scenarios, right? They've got the talent. They've got the ability. And I think, maybe we see a bit more of someone like Electronic over towards outside in this round. Mousesports haven't really shown their hand towards this side of the map yet. And Woxic, while he does have that AWP out, that's something to bear in mind. He actually will take it over towards outside in this round. Very mobile, switching things up. It's Simple and Electronic over here outside in this round. And so that looks to be the decision for NaVi, and I think that's justifiable. This duo towards outside is I think, one of the things that makes NaVi so successful on this map. Electronic is able to skirt by and gets down into secret. Simple looking to join him with the bomb in tow.
Ooh. The legs, they give away information to Woxic. He won't hit the shot, but he knows at bare minimum someone has crossed down towards B. Don't know if he caught Electronic as well, considering that smoke had, not fully left a gap when Electronic crossed. He also jumped past as well. Frozen spotting down on B with that jump. I like the angle, stealing that. And Mousesports, again, with this double setup in the B bomb site, will this be a commitment for NaVi, or do they want to fake it out and go back to this top play? They do have a man above the T roof setting up utility into the A site. Is that all a ruse, though? Are they trying to keep Mousesports in the wrong position? That might be the case with them now walking towards ramp. Look how empty this spot is with a double B setup from Mousesports. They get free real estate. Being very loud about it, though, Mousesports are going to hear this push, but will it distract them from the real play that is Simple and Electronic in the secret?
Pay attention to Rops. He's here in this site as well. Frozen's going to be down there to help the war effort. Takes down Flamey before he goes down to Perfecto. So look at this. Rops still alive. They don't know he's here. Don't think they've hard cleared this. The bomb does get planted. And he still just now shows face and really does lose his face at the same time. Chris J. Woxic. 1-on-2. Can this AWP find the success on these last two players here for NaVi?
I mean, he's committed, dropping out of the vent. Woxic is hungry for this 1v2, but Perfecto is playing with his food. And with this crossfire set up between him and Simple, Woxic, it should be near impossible, and it is. 3 kills for Perfecto and a 10th round on the board for NaVi. The outside play gives them some immediate results there.
Yeah, I really like that play. They certainly conditioned Mousesports into that A site. They scared them a lot. Mousesports gave up ramp with the rotate down towards B. NaVi throwing in flashes into the top site through the roof. And yeah, Mousesports, they have great positions on B. Frozen gets a first kill down lower, and Rops is there as well, but he gets checked. Didn't see what happened. I assume he peeked wide door and dies to the Krieg of Electronic. That's so unfortunate. Robs just couldn't find an angle, right? The bomb was getting planted behind Silo. Perfecto was in the window. Electronic was decon. There were just no opportunities for Robs unless he were to fight earlier, but not wanting to give his position away, well, gives the round away. It's NaVi on 10. They're making this one happen. They're making it work on the T side. Slow and steady wins the race. After Mousesports find just one single rifle round in the CT side, they get instantly reset.
NaVi staying in the fight, staying in the game. Mousesports, they can almost smell the doorstep of the house sports.
Make the house a home. And Nuke seems to be their home, but right now it's getting invaded. There's T's all over the place. Perfecto is an absolute beast in this map right now. He's 24 and 16. Highest in the server. Woxic 21 and 15. And on the other side of things, while the kill distribution is good for Mousesports, yeah, and similarly for NaVi, Boomich is 8 and 17. He's having a real rough one, but he is leading the team. And this T side is starting to find its footing now. NaVi winning 5 of the last 6 rounds. And they've got these smokes in the yard as well. Got to push behind them, maybe towards Secret. Electronic has to be careful. He's open to heaven with those wide smokes if he wants to cross down here. And that will be abused by Frozen, who actually pushes through the gap, finding 2 kills. Electronic trades onto the AWP down lower, but Mousesports still have the advantage. NaVi have spread the pace up. This has been a very slow T side from them, but they want to get quick plant and beat Mousesports on these rotations. There's still a man in the lobby trying to sell a bit, or trying to catch these rotations rather, and Flamey will do so, getting a kill. Another man there though. He caught, he jumps, he hits his head and gets stuck on the roof. It's Karrigan here to save the day for Mousesports. Boomich at the back of the site. Rough game. This is his time to shine.
And it is. 2-on-1. He did pick up this op inside hall, and now he's going to see what he can do with it to keep this bomb planted. Looks for the shot onto Karrigan, but Karrigan is absolutely on one these past couple of days. He's on fire.
Yeah, not just in the train yard as well. Doesn't matter what map you put him in. It feels like Karrigan is so comfortable right now in Mousesports. And this team is looking deadly as anything anyway. They're already talking about in interviews how they think they can take on the best, how they can beat Astralis, they can beat NaVi. And right now they're holding the victory just about. That kill is everything for Karrigan in the vent. Finding Electronic, leaving Boomich alone, stuck in the back of the site, nowhere to move, has to just play the reaction shot and misses it with the AWP. Yeah. You can't scope early because you don't know where Mousesports are. You're going to get heard. There was a man in secret, so he just has to play the quick scope, and yeah, it doesn't connect. Sometimes it be like that. NaVi broken against 14. They're forcing the issue. They're trying to stay in this map, but Mousesports might have the answer.
Oh, Rops is aggressing over here towards Ramproom, and with the defensive smoke thrown in, NaVi, are they going to be ready for a man to be this deep? This was a big gamble for Rops to even go through, right? Like, that in and of itself is terrifying. The fact that he's gotten so deep, now he looks to reap the rewards with a fast rotation into the back line. CsGo playing around on top of the site. They didn't really know where he was, and it's all gone a bit topsy-turvy, but this is still looking like a 15th round for Mouse. Electronic all alone, and CsGo sends him home. 15-10. 1 round for Mousesports is all that's needed, and there's no money in the NaVi camp. They're down to pistols and armor here to try and keep themselves in this first map.
Yeah, they're right there. Taste the finish line. But so can NaVi. They have a little bit of resilience in the tank. Now, with the timeout, they're going to be able to capitalize on what it is that they want to do in this moment.
Yeah, you know, I mean, NaVi, they've been a team that use these a hell of a lot, right? Like, they love a US Air Force tactical timeout, do the NaVi side. And I imagine, you know, Blade having his fair things to say to this team to try and help them out. This is the time where they can try and right their wrongs. And I mean, they've taken them sooner in the game. Makes total sense to take it before what could be your final round if you're not able to turn things around here. Now you're going to take a look at the buy. Boomich is likely going to be the utility man in this round alongside Electronic. They've only got 2 smokes and a handful of flashes. Simple buying up the third. That, to me, suggests we're going to see the outside smokes again from NaVi. The fact that they made sure to get that on Simple.
Might be a late commitment going back towards the yard. That is a very common one, throwing nades towards A and then falling back to that late outside control. But NaVi don't really have the weaponry nor the utility to play too long of a round here. They're just going to speed it up, try and play this top side. Karrigan's full flash, but he does recover well with 1. However, the round looks like it's already done. NaVi's Deagles find every single kill on the doorstep of Mousesports, and oh dear, Woxic just falls out, but they're already on the flank. Electronic ran through that main smoke as it bloomed to get this AK into pole position to stop these saves. Mousesports are going right for it, though. No Ninja diffuses today.
Would be really ballsy if they just tried it again. You know, the
right.
same 2, Robson, Woxic.
No kit.
Rob says, look, man, don't flash me. Don't flash it. They do have a kit on Woxic.
Yeah, but you know, how are you going to repeat it if Robson's not the
just
kit?
drop the kit, obviously.
Yeah, press G, guys. Come on.
Well, you guys have lost your minds, but...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, because there might be some people out there that don't know, you can't drop the kit.
Yeah. I want to know, I probably should have brought this up, you know, maybe 2 weeks ago, because it's been in my head.
2 weeks ago, not like
But I'm going to say it now. I'd love to
series.
have the command enabled on the Pro League that allows us to see kits dropped on the ground via X-ray. They're highlighted in blue. That was a recent addition by Valve. It's similar to how when you see the bomb on the ground through a wall, it appears in yellow. Valve added a command for kits as well. We haven't got it on.
I don't... It's weird, man, because I thought I would love it, but I tell you, I actually do. I think they...
For spectators?
Yeah,
I don't understand you. Justify yourself right now, Harry.
Yeah. They just, I don't know, there's something about it. They just stand out too much. Like, I don't know, the bomb...
Is a bit,
close your eyes.
Yeah, a bit confusing when you think about the bomb being thrown after you die.
Right. I don't know, man. There's just...
they're blue. That's the whole point. They're not highlighted in orange. The bomb is in orange. The kits are in blue. If you need me to explain that to you again, then I think you're in the wrong game.
What about if you're colorblind?
Then you can't see it anyway, Trace. It's just a circle. It's just an outline. Doesn't matter.
Just saying. Hugo not getting his way now and throwing a temper tantrum.
I will be storming in production after this game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just... Maybe it's just because I hate change.
Yeah.
And that's the real problem.
I mean, I don't mind the idea. I think it's a cool idea. It can't be too distracting. Either way,
this is not the opinions I thought I'd hear today.
I know.
I'm really surprised.
No, I don't know why it throws me off so much, but it just does. And I wish
it's not all about you, Harry.
Well,
that's the important thing.
No, it's definitely not. In fact,
it's all about me.
It's all about you. And this round is all about NaVi. And can they keep themselves in this first map for a little bit longer? If they pick this up, Mousesports have got no cash reserves left in their back pocket. And so as a result, oh my word, there's a lot of smokes going down here. This is the ones that allow you to cross into main. And often we see teams use these as well to try and snipe away at some garage control. And that looks to be the maneuver here for Electronic. It lets you push up close into this little cubby. Frozen seems like he is aware of this being a potential, and he is able to get Boomich. Karrigan, in the meantime, with the big chug, removes another, puts this even further in favor of Mousesports. Electronic dinked up, but not finished off by CsGo. Still alive, still a threat. The bomb, in the meantime, goes down towards the B site on the back of Simple. He gets the bomb planted, but he is, for the most part, alone here. Electronic can come in on a rotation to try and help out, but...
yeah, there are some tasks that are just too tall for Mr. Simple. Robs finds Electronic. Here we go. 1 on 4. What's Simple going to do to keep him alive in this game? He's got 18 bullets in his magazine, but it's going to be Woxic that only needs 1 in the AWP. So there you have it. The first map of this series going the way of Mousesports, and that of NaVi are going to look to bring it back as we look over to Dust 2, their map pick. But first and foremost, we need to go to a break. So don't you move a muscle. We'll be RB.
I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight we go inside. The man is the one. You build your walls with faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your mission. We are many of one. We're coming home with a mission to tear you down from your undeserved throne. We can take your conviction. We are many of one. You may call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt.
Mousesports kick this off with a 10-5 half, which ultimately spirals into 6 rounds of both sides there for both NaVi and Mousesports. Either way, at the end of the day, it was the first to reach 16. It was that of Mousesports, 16-11, the final score here in the first map of the series of Nuke. And now we're going to turn our attention towards Dust 2, but we got a little bit of time before we get there. And by that, I mean just a few minutes to kind of catch up with the homies over here on the desk. I do have Harry and Hugo, and we're ready to talk a little bit of counter. And moreover, how Mouse is so dominant looking and so strong looking is probably a more appropriate adjective to how they played Nuke.
I feel like Miles are the best Nuke team in the world right now. It certainly does feel that way, right? Astralis have fallen off since their 30-win streak back on that map in the previous years. NaVi, of course, we know what they can do on that map. We know what they've achieved back in Katowice, even destroying Astralis on its 16-5. But fact of the matter is, Mousesports are just owning Pro League teams on Nuke day in, day out. Strong T-sides, 10 rounds there against NaVi. Things look phenomenal. Of course, you know, Perfecto 25 kills, he was a top for NaVi, that's great, but when that's happening, it typically means that the other stars aren't shining through. And while Simple had his rounds, you know, not enough. It feels like we didn't have a lot of electronic in that one. Mousesports was doing a good job of countering outside, avoiding him in those secret stairs where he really made his name for in this map as well.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think that was kind of the case, is that Mousesports, they've clearly been doing their homework. They dodged the outside hold that's been so prolific for NaVi of Simple and Electronic, right? Never really giving Electronic the chance to shine in like a very big way. Obviously, he still finishes with 19 kills, right? But yeah, you know, it's Perfecto leading the charge, which you touched upon. He had a number of big clutches for NaVi, and I think that's something to look forward to heading to the realms of Dust 2. If he's able to keep this up, that's something that NaVi could try and swing the balance in their favor looking at this second map.
And well, at least looking at the first one, I'm thinking about NaVi, and I'm thinking about just how much pressure is applied by one man by himself, and that is Electronic, and how many times can he pressure them to pay attention or refocus attention to the outside, to the secret area of the map. And that's really kind of something that he's become a special status, getting all around the map, maneuvering via the secret area.
And while you see most teams just lean towards those outside defaults on the T side of this map, you know, especially in the later year or the last couple of years, you know, just heavy setups outside, 3-4 players moving behind those outside smokes, sometimes taking garage. NaVi do it a lot, right? We see great control from them in that second half. Mousesports don't really go to the yard, and I like that. What they do often is throw Karrigan or throw a player down vents, you know, try and fake out that B site, get ramp control, flank heaven. Karrigan goes on these YOLO hero plays where he runs into the A site, dies, but gets the information and gives the info to Mousesports as to where they can approach which site. I mean, just really good stuff from Mouse.
Something else that I think goes in Mousesports' favor to kind of pin them, is, as you said, is like the top nuke team right now, is it feels like every time we watch them on that map, they've got some new little gimmick nade that they've come up with. And that's the thing, like with that sort of consistency, that's pretty terrifying, because I feel like they've still got more up their sleeve, Trace.
There's one guy over there named Woxic. This guy is a little bit terrifying on his own, and he's, of course, over on the Mousesports side of things. And that really does help the war effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. You know, like he's the top fragger for Mouse in this series, or in this map, I guess, series thus far. And that's the thing, you know, he finishes 23 and 17. It said there 9 AWP kills. We didn't really see him on the AWP a hell of a lot. He's been very, very good in these rifle rounds with the rifle as well. Something else is that everyone on the Mousesports side, like the kill distribution is a matter of what? 5 kills between top and bottom. Frozen being the man down bottom of the board, Woxic up in first with 23. It was a really good team effort from Mousesports, and that's kind of been the story for them all Pro League long, right? It feels like in a lot of these games, you're not like hinging on 1 or 2 key players to step up, and that's very much something that NaVi fall into the trap of.
But you guys want to talk about hinging on things? That's something that we're going to have to do as we look towards the second map of the series, Dust 2. Now where we're going to go here in Stage 2 of the ESL Pro League Season 11. We're going to go to a break too, so make sure you're here with us after that. We'll be right back.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Two boxes to get by Nico. Where's it gone? Go to hit this. On the ramp though. He knows he's there.
I've been living in the shadows for a while. Demons calling me from the afterlife. Dark doesn't faze me anymore. I can see my tears into gold. Yeah, yeah. I don't care, no, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care. I said, 'cause baby, every fucking time you've played me, you should know that I don't give a single fuck about you and your words. All the times you lied to me, I took notes. I don't know what to say. I thought you loved me, but you don't. I know people come and go away. Sun is low, that's my time to shine again. 'Cause baby, every fucking time you play me, you call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life, I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face, hey, follow me, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it, I can't help you now, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, follow me around, okay, black face, hey, follow me around, okay, got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up to get
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, Air Force, GG Bet, and ESEA.
Mousesports NaVi, toe-to-toe, dust 2, all that good stuff. But now we're talking about the fixins. We're talking about a real position here for Mousesports to topple NaVi. Now, you see the number 1 and number 2 against their names. Now, that would be the ESL World Ranking. So keep that in the back of your mind as we go forward. These two teams certainly a very pivotal positions within the timeline of their roster to this point through 2020. And, of course, in the timeline of events, I need to reintroduce my friends. Is that...
Yeah, I mean,
well, I don't want to get
you wish, but,
I don't want to get too ahead of myself in this moment, but yeah, I guess
colleagues
like
will be fine, Trace. Keep it casual.
I want to introduce these dudes over here. We do have that of Harry and Hugo, and they have been chomping at the bit to talk a little bit more Counter-Strike, which is what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we just saw Nuke go the way of Mousesports. That's going to leave them in a great spot now in this series, right? Dust 2 coming up next. A map that we've seen Mousesports win and wreck on a hell of a lot, both here in the Pro League and just historically. It's been a good map for them. So For NaVi, this isn't like one of these series where you look at it where both teams have like an identifiable, like strong map over the other one. They were both pretty evenly matched. And so with Nuke going the way of Mouse, I think, you know, the pressure's really on for NaVi now heading into this Dust 2 game.
That being said, they got the sculpts to prove it, right? They've got the wins on the board, even in the Pro League, taking down teams like Astralis, Fnatic, Complexity, OG on this map. So, you know, quite the list of teams, including OG. That may sound like a sleeper one, but OG, that's their best map. That's the one they've been, you know, defaulting into every single time since they built this roster. So yeah, NaVi have the history. NaVi have the wins on the in the bag rather, but this one's going to be a really hard one, right? Mousesports, like you said, already a map up, looking good in the Pro League, top their group.
Man,
what's left
my
to say?
problem always is that I remember that big NaVi game. Now I'm not just talking about the fact that it was pretty sizable in terms of what it meant, but it was you know, the big boys bested them on that D2 game where Simple ended up dropping 54 kills. It wasn't enough in that instance. We really can't afford to have this happen now for Simple and co, right? It cannot just be reliant on one man. I think one thing that's going to help them out is the Perfecto to stellar game on Nuke. So if he's able to show up here and now, if he has to even replace someone like Electronic as the #2 man in NaVi for the time being, I think, you know, that could be them well on their way to success here in the second map of this series.
Which is what we're going to look forward to. The second map being Dust 2, the pick of NaVi. Perhaps they have a couple punches packed away for a rainy day, which should be used about right now. They top Mousesports, that's going to be a pretty good feat, but they're going to have to do it on this map. Then they're going to have to do it again on Train, and that's saying a lot. Now, Mousesports NaVi ready to take place, ready to go back into this one in our first round, our pistol round even. And there's nothing I can think of more in this moment than a spring roll, Harry.
Let's get into the action, Trace. It is going to be Dust 2, the pick of NaVi, so Mousesports get the side choice that they want, and that will be the CT side start. Never a big worry on Dust 2, but what is the fact that this series is 1-0 up. NaVi backs up against the wall here. They have to pick up their map pick if they want to head to the third of Train.
That would be the idea. But here we are. Rop's already pushing up middle, and he's not alone. It's going to be Woxic there with him. Two heavy hitters for the side of Mousesports. They're going to get found out Simple with a crack of an angle. Takes a crack of a shot there on a Rops, and that's going to go ahead and scare Woxic into oblivion. He takes the peek, realizes Simple's still holding the angle, knows that potentially reinforcements are going to show up, and they do in the form of Electronic. And the electricity is flowing through the server currently. They're going to be looking for their way to get out of long A from the stands of it. Ooh, here's Chris J. Well, he found one. He was good for one. Somehow stays alive forever.
Yeah, that was a very awkward engagement for everyone involved. Don't really know how Chris is able to just stay alive there at long, but it doesn't matter for NaVi. They get the kill anyway. So now Frozen and Carrigan, the two players left standing for Mouse to try and put a stop to NaVi in this round. Now set up these cross smokes to try and get them into the site. Carrigan gonna have to do a hell of a lot, and with very little. He's getting pressured from long, catwalk. Everywhere you can think of, that's where they're coming from. And now Frozen all alone. That kit is dropped in the site. We can see that courtesy of the X-ray, which we've had turned on for this game. Courtesy of Mr. Hugo Byron and Bastion.
A tag team duo. How could we ever forget?
Yeah, some say rivaling the likes of Electronics or Simple.
No one said that.
You guys are that of the observing world, perhaps.
Bit of a stretch. Bastion's nowhere near as good as me, but...
Frozen gonna have to stretch so far in this round. And that was a pretty easy one for him to stretch out and grab. Flamey falls, but the bomb's planted and there's nowhere to go. Nothing to do, no one to play with. Actually might get a little unwanted attention here. Simple pushes through T-spawn. It's pretty hidden from this box, though. Yeah, so NaVi pick up a pistol. And so anyway, yeah, I guess it's probably a good idea for us to kind of go over what that means when we talk about an X-ray on the kits now.
You cool, or?
Yeah, man, super cool.
Well,
tried to swallow some water and then it went down the wrong pipe. What can you do?
Oh, dear. You should put it in your mouth first, Trace. That's probably the first problem. NaVi, oh dear, 1-0 up. We got the Force Buy for Mousesports. We got the Krieg for Electronic and Simple as this dastardly duo looks to assert some destruction down long. Already through the smoke, Simple's done exactly that. Carrigan getting picked up and Chris J will not stay. NaVi getting Desperado in this round. Mousesports rather, as they try and retake the A site. It's going to be Perfecto mollying down middle. He's down to 1 HP, but setting up the flashes to enable the A take for NaVi. There's no one here on the defensive line. Woxic does get a kill on the cross. Those smokes come down late. Someone should pick up the Krieg from the body of Simple, as Mac-10s are still harbored here for NaVi. It's going to be around guaranteed at this point. Even a safe plant. I would have loved to see a long plant with Catwalk taken, where they don't know how close Mousesports may be in CT, potentially even as far as Elevator with that smoke down. So a safe decision by Boomich, and NaVi should be up to 2 here as Mousesports look to save what little they have.
Yeah, so finding this conversion, something that NaVi weren't able to do back on Nuke when they took the pistol round. This time they overcome the Mousesports Force Spy with relative ease. Only losing Simple in amidst the madness and almost losing Perfecto. Important to note, Frozen saved a lot of extra money there. And that's also he can look to drop an AWP into play in this round. Woxic, though, has extended a kind of bit of gratitude to Frozen by dropping him a Deagle, which is always nice. Do I think that's going to make a huge difference in this round? Probably not, but let's see. As NaVi set up to try and grab this long control once again. Flamey leads the charge, the rest of the gang in tow, and long belongs to NaVi.
Here it is, a little bit more heavy side of a stack from the side of Mousesports. They're going to be ready to pivot and focus on this long aggression. Woxic just poking his neck out a little too far for Perfecto to find it with his Mac-10. There you go. All the smokes needed in the cross. They're going to go ahead and go for it in this moment. Perfecto continuing his tear, continuing his rampage with 2 frags. Still just pistols in this round for Mousesports. So all things considered, not a whole lot lost. But this round is as good as lost. I'm not talking about that show. This is way better than that.
Yeah, this has an ending that, you know, I was about to spoil it. I think we can spoil it at this point.
Should we tell people what the ending of this game is?
No, surely not. Don't want them to know the script, Trace.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Scriptwriters have been doing well this season of Pro League.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we had the MBK ace to send Vitality home. We've had the
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, we've had, you know, Woxic v Issa, Carrigan versus Faze. We've
The
had all
defuse
these
yesterday,
Yeah, we had
like-
that defuse. Man, the scriptwriters have done a great job.
Yeah, and they've been making every series as long as it can possibly be as well. All 3 maps, all 30 rounds, and sometimes even bonus ones on top. This one certainly seems to be heading in that direction as well. NaVi feeling comfortable in their map pick. 3-0 up on the T side. Mousesports are rich, though.
Plus, for anyone who can't get humor, there's not actually scripts. This is all live.
And we're looking at the next round of the game. Nothing here. If you didn't hear that, didn't see that, it'll never happen. So, clicker strike, clicking offensive. Nice. Rops holds the 2nd highest rating and the 2nd best KD difference after the last 6 months at big events. And I could see that, considering Rops is an absolute force to be reckoned with over on this Mousesports side. He's entrusted in so many positions where it's, hey man, get as many as you can, and we'll be there when we can.
Well, NaVi are already here in this round. They're up Catwalk very fast through the middle. Simple coming late to join them from the top.
Maybe we'll get to see Chris J, you know, fling his kit across the ground.
Got a problem with that?
No, I just want to see it. That's all. My goodness, everybody stand down.
Except Chris, you got to throw the kit.
Yeah, we are prepared to go to war.
Apparently, my God. Anyway.
Well, let's see how this war is developing in this round. NaVi, with the cat control they've been able to muster, Wouldn't surprise me if we see them consider the A split, but they've certainly left their options open, right? They've established this default early on. The fact that we see Flamey moving away from long actually means this is probably going to be a mid to B, right? They lose that side of control. They throw these smokes on out. They've got Perfecto waiting in the upper halls, and this is it. NaVi, they commit. They start to make their way into middle. CsGo drops the bomb, and now looking for a little bit more. CsGo playing with fire, and he will get burned. Frozen and Rops with a 3-man hold inside of B. The only man they're not able to topple is Simple, and that's maybe understandable. The men have tried and failed, but Frozen will do the dirty, gets the kill, and is able, I was going to say to retrieve the kit, thanks to the highlight. I knew it was there, but
wow,
he didn't grab it.
You would know if it was there, if not for the highlight, Harry, so...
Well, now we'll never know. Potentially in this round, though. 2 kits now, so 2 times the opportunity.
We're going to see it at one
I want
point.
this turned off if you're going to do this every round.
Well,
what else can we get for you?
Let us know using the hashtag ESL Pro League or EPL Mailbag if you are a man who likes to see the kits, or if you're perhaps someone who isn't that way inclined.
I love to see the kits.
Show me the kits, Trace.
Show me the kits. Don't be a loser, buy a diffuser.
Ooh. 16 bars. And all of them closed. 3-1 up for NaVi, and Woxic's up on Catwalk with the AWP. We get to see him taking on Simple, hopefully, in this game. Not in this round, though, with Simple still sitting in T-spawn.
Just hanging out. Electronic finds himself up Catwalk, and he's not alone. There is a bomb with him. Meanwhile, some players over here towards the B side, and by some players, we're talking Perfecto. I'm talking Simple. Can Simple get out in front of this? Nope, they're going to smoke him off. It was an exchange of utility. No one just really ends up, you know, going full domo and running in the site.
You never go full domo, Trace. I learned that the hard way.
You went full domo on the broadcast. I wish someone would go back using hashtag EPL meme review. Find pictures and screen caps that and put together your best domo impression here. In the meantime, it's Rops and Frozen show over here at the B site. They really have done everything that they need to. Can't even begin to build the hype up in this round because already died with the 4 members of NaVi. Just Electronic, 1-on-4, 56 HP. He's going to save his creep because ain't no time for that. He ain't got no time for it.
No, he certainly doesn't. And I mean, NaVi, you know, like this slow style of play is something that we see them do a hell of a lot. But I know, I feel like Mousesports are one of the teams that aren't going to fall so prey to going for like these information plays and things like that. Like they're a team that are pretty content to just sit around and wait if that's what NaVi are looking to do. And actually, they're going to call in a US Air Force tactical timeout. Now, they win that round and they win it dominantly. So I'm curious what the talking point is heading into this one. It wouldn't surprise me if we see them try and, you know, change the pace a bit, even though they are on the CT side, right? If they're calling in a pause, they probably want to iron something out, perhaps to bring it in this round here and now.
Perhaps. But the hole is now certainly deeper for the side of NaVi. Just the Krieg over there on Perfecto. Doesn't look like they're going to have much going on around that. And surely they're thankful for this US Air Force tactical timeout as well. Been called by the side of Mousesports. And here we go. Off to the races again. A little bit of a traffic jam in spawn, but who knows? That might be all the difference to save you from getting picked in mid.
Ooh, that's a nice Molotov as well. Running and throwing it mid-air. Carrigan going to hit the angle while flashed. NaVi, not the spawn, so they don't get anyone out through that position early. Chris playing with the smoke, but finding nothing either. Boosting it up for the CT play. Oh, that's when you say quick frozen boost, but you don't say who to boost. I do that a lot.
I have seen this before.
Yep. But they do get it down the second time. CsGo in position as Frozen backs off to the safety of the A site. How safe is it going to be? Probably very, with Na'Vi setting up for a mid to B play. This is a perfect boost up for CsGo, but does he have the cojones? Does he have the kills in this round?
He's got the positioning, but these smokes are going to prove to be a big problem. Even more so, Simple over there with the Deagle. Good grief. Rob's doing his thing again. 2 AK kills thus far in the defense. The sole defender of this B site. Finds Boomage in the window. Mopping up the eeks. Here we go. Rob's on for an ace. Doesn't grab the last one. It is Simple. And of course, a good hold there from Robs. That could have been easily around where it was Na'Vi that find a bomb plant, but he does what he has to do. Holds the line. Or even more so, hold the door. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was sick from Rops, man. Like, he does it so cleanly as well, you know? Like, look at this. It's the follow-up shot that's just incredible. Flamey has no idea what's going on there. And doesn't manage to get the ace. Electronic does get tagged, running down through middle there by the AWP of CsGo.
Na'Vi not taking much long control in this map, or at least in these last couple of rounds. Woxic has posted up with the AWP there as well, so Mousesports have good information in this one. It allows them to double set inside of B with one of these AWPs. Chris could even go for a contact info play and try and take the upper tunnels. Perfecto's watching down from the lower stairwell though. So no further than this. It's a pretty traditional angle to hold as an AWPer. Of course, Na'Vi could go back to a mid to B setup here, but with no one in the tunnels, cat control getting taken, the classic lurk hold as well. That's going to be Flamey. This does look to be an A take for Na'Vi. Woxic has just come off of long. He's swapped with Karrigan, and he is now in the perfect position to deal with this play. But you know Na'Vi are going to have multiple smokes upon this A site to cross towards a catwalk. Molotov gets expired by the smoke. Second time's a charm. Flash is going over. Frozen does dodge them, but he's going to get closer, playing his own smoke as well. The Na'Vi time is not great right now. 30 seconds, more dodge on the Flash. Frozen drops the bomb. Spray is good, and Flashbang finally catches him, but he looks away and catches a kill. That might be a done round. That might be Na'Vi even considering a save as they've lost the bomb and all control towards the A site. Flamey does get a kill on a rotation through middle, but at this point, it's a null and void frag. It's a done round. It's a fourth for Mousesports.
Yeah, there's no time. There's no utility. That smoke that Frozen throws to just really block them on the catwalk while their own smoke is up on the rail is just enough. Not to mention the frags he found in the round.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? This Na'Vi style of play is very much this like slow default, hoping that you can catch the opposition out of position. And it's like a horrible spot to be in because right now it's just not working for Na'Vi. But obviously this is how you're used to playing. This is like your brand of Counter-Strike. And so if Mousesports are already kind of making you consider playing different to usual, that leaves Mouse in a good position and it leaves Na'Vi feeling the pressure. I think, you know, these last few rounds now coming down to time running out for the Na'Vi side is something that they cannot afford to have continue here in this first half. They've gone for the investment in this round, but it's a bit of a mismatch. Perfecto, obviously the player to save a Krieg forward a few rounds ago, finds himself in a bit of a weird spot to do with the money, and already Boomich has been removed from this round. So a man advantage taken. Na'Vi, this is going to be a pretty tall order to grind their way back into this one.
And this is the kind of round where if you're Na'Vi, you don't have the utility to do anything either. And so a B site take might feel safe for Na'Vi. But look at the setup. Mousesports had 3 players there. Right now, though, looking to be taking A. Na'Vi with a man outside the long doors, holding for the push. It's Flamey again. Always going to see him in this spot. He does have to worry about the bomb as well, so that's why I imagine he'll go back and rejoin his team on the catwalk late. But these footsteps get heard by Karrigan, who's close to the smoke. He now knows he can get aggressive, and oh, he's going to hit the timing perfectly. This is a perfect play from Karrigan, and it will have complications later in the round, but before that, NaVi are going to make contact on the A site. Karrigan, timing is everything, and he just missed the chance to take down Perfecto, but NaVi are walking into a heavy setup. Woxic is here with the AWP. He ducks below the first shot. Simple scopes up, and he takes a kill instead. This fast flank from Karrigan has got to have results. Mousesports are triple stacked in B right now. They don't have the players in the site. Simple's gone. Karrigan only one, and now it's a 3-on-3 retake. NaVi with a plant.
Yeah, best shot we've seen them have and picking up a round in a little while. Rob's first man in, out from CT, and he's trying to spot these catwalk players, and he does manage to deal with one. Frozen now comes in, and that kill was required. He actually goes one step further and solidifies the round for Mousesports. A fifth now on the board.
Look at all those kits everywhere. So pretty. But yeah, great round from Mousesports. And the fact that they get that done, considering they were gambling on B as well, and Karrigan, he hits the timing, but at no point does he actually have the info to say, okay, NaVi have 4 players up catwalk, right? He hears one leave long, and he flanks. When he gets to top middle, that's just when Perfecto goes up catwalk. So Karrigan sees nothing in mid. He only spots Simple up on A. He gets the kill, traded immediately, but this is a big frag from Simple as well. Look at this shot to the head of Woxic. Don't see that every day. So, you know, nice info play from Karrigan, but ultimately it's the rest of Mousesports to get it done in the post plant, and Electronic He'll start this round off with a storm. Spray is back for Frozen. The Molotov has kept Flaming back. He's going to try and commit ahead of the next set of flames, but Frozen will throw him a shot to the face. It's a 4-on-3. It's Mousesports back in control.
Yeah, you know, Flamey getting out there trying to find that frag, you can't really be too mad about, albeit going out 1 by 1, you should be. Flamey finds that frag, this immediately changes it to another round. However, it already has morphed from the beginning. Simple and Boomich left alone. Minute left on the clock. They're going to be able to grab this bomb and maybe tuck back to B if they want to. There's 3 members alive of Mousesports over here on long. So surely this doesn't end at long A. Or maybe it does. Here we go. Boomich goes to the peak, finds the kill. Got to see the kit drop. The blue wasn't as distracting as I remember. Still a little distracted, though.
I mean, that's on you, Trace.
No, I don't know, man. You
Again,
asked for
let
this.
us know. Hashtag ESL Pro League. Hashtag EPL mailbag. Do you prefer it, or do you want the command off?
I mean, better yet, while we're here, social, if you are listening, ESL social media team, if you are listening, perhaps there's a poll that could be ran. Do we put on the diffuser, or do we not?
Ooh, boost maybe? Not sure what you can accomplish here, really, other than seeing a player who might be on top of the site, but that's not going to be the case here for Mousesports. Chris on the card, nice bait. And Simple's going to get the shot off as well. A chance here for NaVi to make this 2-on-3 happen. That's a leg going the way of Woxic onto Simple, and he still sits here on the site. 10 seconds, needs 1 kill with the Molotov. It's a problem, he can't see through it. Rops gets a trade onto the man himself, and Boomich with the plant. 2 kills in this round. Rops looks to double his as well, and he's crept out. Boomich has no idea, and Rops has the round for Mousesports. Keeping up appearances on the CT side, 6 in a row. NaVi may have gone 3-0 up, with Mousesports heavy saving in some of those rounds, but now they've got guns, they have not slowed down.
No, sir. I don't know how many of you are in the lands of EU these days. I imagine several of you, or several people watching this game. It's quite a nice day outside here in Germany, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not even entirely sure what that would be in normal human terms.
Yeah, you're in EU, so Fahrenheit, don't know what that is.
I'm thinking, like, okay, if I did the quick maths, maybe around 14 degrees? What do you think? Well, we're going to send our best detective on it.
78 Fahrenheit, did you say?
I said 78, yes.
25.
Damn. Okay, so significantly larger than the quick maths I've done here on air.
Trace, can I get a Ryan Abadir for you? From you, rather?
A what?
A Ryan Abadir.
What?
We hot?
We hot!
Yeah, that'll do.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily like Ryan, but...
No, that was pretty good, man. I was a big fan of that, Trace.
We hot! Well, it's definitely hot outside. A couple T's, a couple W's, and maybe an A in there as well. And your A needs to be in the chair. Taking a look at this round that we have ahead of us. Round number 10. NaVi looking to bounce back here on their T side.
Oh, back to this long play, but Frozen, he absolutely mopped him up last round. NaVi think the pause, the break in the action maybe gives them a bit of a head start, but it's not the case. Rops has pushed middle, he's going to bail. Good decision as NaVi decide to leave long and come back to this position. Simple is scoped up. Rops, he's dead. No chance in that fight. NaVi back in the advantage here. Good position, but look at Chris. He's pushed the tunnels. He's cleared out all that info. Mousesports now know it's going to be an A take after all. Chris coming in from lower. But oh, NaVi, they maybe have just outplayed Mousesports in this round. They're going back through T-spawn. Chris, if he hangs around, he's going to hear this, and he will have the element of surprise. The only question for me is, does Electronic come back and kill him before he deals with the players in B? That's not the case. Karrigan's got the frag, and now Chris can go massive.
Yeah, Simple gets deleted, and oh, they didn't know. Luckily enough, Flamey has his wits about him. That could have gotten out of hand very, very quickly. Perfecto ran past like, wait, what? You said one lower? And then just suddenly Flamey has to come in and save the day. So now down to this 2v2. Bomb planted. Karrigan and Woxic in the hot seat, and Woxic throws a smoke in. Now that's to try and disguise the fact that no one's coming from tunnels, and doesn't really work. Woxic is able to get one kill, but Perfecto trades and keeps NaVi in that round with a 4th on the board. And yeah, just to expand on that, Karrigan gets smoked off in the tunnels, and on the back of it, you're hoping that NaVi completely discount that position, because why would you smoke off your own guy? That's typically what you would do if you're anticipating NaVi play at tunnels post-plant, which obviously they didn't. And Mousesports knew all that. They were trying to send some fake signals the way of NaVi.
Yeah, I like the idea, but unfortunately not going to be working out for Mouse, and that will be NaVi breaking the streak of 6 set by this CT side. MP9 going for the long spawn. Boomish is in a precarious position here as the AUG for Karrigan has a scope. The MP7 not quite as well endowed. Karrigan, got to be careful. They've crept out through this long position inside of the smokes, and so he should be peeking off the back of flashbangs, out of which only one remains in this round for Mousesports, and it's in the wrong side of the map. So Karrigan, no choice but to take dry fights. He does force the issue, taking down Flamey early on. Still a man behind blue, but as I said, the utility is lacking, so Mousesports going to look to contact play this one. There's still a hold on the corner of long, the bomb in the hands of Simple, but Boomich is gone as well. And Simple, if he dies here, that's the bomb. So at the very least, he should throw that behind him, but making an even better decision just to completely vacate the area, go join his team up on the catwalk and set up for an A play.
Well, the poll is out there. That's at ESLCS Twitter. Get your vote in. If you voted for no, then, well, I don't know what you were thinking. Either way, big grenade there to land for Woxic. And by that, I mean it sends him flying. Electronic is on an absolute tear here in a 1v5. 1v3 now, rather. And Rops has his own plans. He's going to save a Krieg, and that's going to be carried over to the next round here for Mousesports. Again, at ESLCS Twitter. Not only should you just follow that immediately, because
you know what? Mr. Murphy comes in with a good point about having it on a bind to press it in post plant, or even automating
kind of
that.
triggered, because that is very much what me and Bastian pitched to you, and you did say
yeah, that wasn't. You didn't make it clear.
Wasn't a good idea.
You didn't make it clear. You should have said post plant.
I think.
Why don't we put it on a bind? And my question was, how's that going to fix it?
What are we going to do with the bind, Hugo? We're not just going to not use
Harry, maybe fully flesh your ideas out before you pitch them to the board.
Okay, guys, calm down. Good grief. You kids, you know what? Maybe you've been spending too much time together.
Or not enough.
Or not enough. Either way, Chris J spending some time with his SMG here in the lower tunnels. He's going to do what he has to do. Until that. Or it's Flamey with 2 deagle kills back-to-back. Woxic removing Flamey from the problem. And there you see the kit on the ground. That is what X-Ray looks like with the kits on at all times. Now, with it off, it looks something like this. Kind of return to normalcy. I think in post-plants, it makes a lot of sense.
I'm surprised we're still having this conversation.
Well, don't be, because you did this. You brought this upon us.
I just wanted more info, Trace.
No, I 100% think that in post-plant it's great. And to be fair, I'm kind of converted. Like, I've been enjoying seeing them. It was me who was the naysayer to begin with.
It was really only you, if I think about it.
But that said, like, we haven't had many rounds thus far where there's been a bunch of kits dropped. So let's see if it gets a bit much, because now there's 2. And that's too many for my mind to deal with, perhaps. Karrigan over here on the short side does spot a man and sends him packing with that smoke. That's going to be Electronic moving off the angle, albeit only briefly.
Yeah, Mousesports don't want to gamble and commit to this A rotate for Frozen because they don't know if Na'Vi are going through T-spawn and taking the bomb to B. That's not the case now. Karrigan gets a kill on Simple. It's Electronic alone with a Deagle. Will get spotted, and Frozen can begin the rotation. He's got the cross. No, Electronic doesn't have the gun to take that fight. He's going to try and jump over the car. Frozen will deal with him. Krieg, of course, from a range. And Mousesports, they may lose one T-rifle round, but boom, they bounce back with 2 in a row, getting rid of the eco of Na'Vi. That eco now made a buy round as Na'Vi have let the loss bonus kick in. The bomb plant would have been nice as well, but they've got everything they need. So AWP on Simple.
Yeah, we're getting towards the latter stages of this half, aren't we?
Oh.
That's not a good start.
2 for 1. Electronic got tagged. He was also running down the same position.
Yeah. It's like, you know, not ideal, I suppose. Electronic now on 42 HP. Simple's going to be taking the same path, but no one's going to be there to shoot at him. And Na'Vi, you can tell at this moment, really have to step back and say, you know what? How are we going to reapproach this round? Because that didn't work right off the bat.
No, I mean, you know, this is a scary spot for Na'Vi to be in. You know, it might be 8-4, but when you put this in the perspective that the first 3 rounds that Na'Vi were able to get were on the back of the pistol, and then the follow-up anti-eco and conversion rounds, suddenly, you know, you realize they've only had 1 in these rifle bouts, and so this could be another that goes the way of Mousesports. Electronic tries to do what he can, but ultimately it might not be enough. Simple and Perfecto left in the hot seat now. Speaking of hot, things are heating up for Woxic. Molotov falls right behind him. Simple trying to keep an eye on Catwalk while Woxic has his attention fixated here onto Perfecto. And it's clean for Mousesports, only losing Karrigan in amongst all the madness. This is going to build up the CT side money even further. And at this point, you know, heading into round 14, the situation definitely favors Mouse. They've got plenty of money. They can sustain a loss in this round, and they're still buying no matter what. And as we saw there for Na'Vi, it's not all smiles and roses over here on the T side. They're pretty limited heading into this round.
Opening kills sit in the favor of Mousesports, 8-5 in a 9-4 score. So typically converting those rounds, you can assume.
No one would ever do that, Hugo. Come on. We don't assume around here.
We know. We got
know.
the details.
What we don't know is converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. Either way, this would be a good round for Na'Vi to grab towards the end of this half. Perhaps even double that up. Give us that 9-6 split down the middle that we're looking for.
This is a very slow default for Na'Vi, though. So many of these rounds have started off like this, losing a player early, whether that be through a long take or a mid shot, and then Na'Vi just trying to claw back into these rounds. And well, Mousesports have so much position. Again, this triple B, they're gambling. They know that Na'Vi haven't gone towards this B site in some time, and that's going to stay the same, rather. Woxic falls off the top, but he will also fall out of the round. Boomich with the entry, and Na'Vi double down towards the A site.
Yeah, Electronic barreling through this Molotov. He ends up on 50 HP, but, well, no one's contesting him, and it'll only be Karrigan to do that if they were. Second to last round of the half. I wonder what Mousesports are going to do in this situation. Tons of money. Here we go. They're going to go 3 deep through CT, one of those being an Opper. Karrigan from long, rings out, starts the fight, starts this conflict off right with the kill. However, Boomich follows up with 2. Karrigan's still alive, causing a little bit of ruckus down here towards long. Perfecto shooting off the elbow. And before you know it, Na'Vi half put a 5th on the board.
Yeah, 4 from Boomich as well. He's been having a really rough game. 0-5 in those opening duels, constantly getting picked up early on here for Mousesports. And yeah, just having well, 4 kills going into that round. He doubles it down. He gets 8 at the end of things. So that's a huge round for Na'Vi. It's broken Mousesports' money into the last round of the half. It's given the chance for the 9-6 here, as no AWP can be fielded by Mouse. They've been running double AWP most of this game. So Woxic is now on a scout. Chris J does get an M4. But Simple's already taken one of those 2 players out of the picture. Woxic dead on the long play, trying again for Na'Vi, failing again for Na'Vi, and Chris J drops Boomich. Simple, he's got to be the hero of this round. He's got to make something happen again for Na'Vi as he looks through the mid doors.
Yeah, but he's not able to find anything just yet. And once again, it's Boomich to fall first here for the NaVi side. Rerouting around over here towards B looks to be the game plan.
Ooh, but guess who's in the back of B's site? His name is Rops. He's quite the Ropsicle. And moreover, he is quite the person to hold this site down, if anyone. Mid to B smokes have come out. That's going to be Simple that throws that, but he's going to be joining his teammates here in upper B as they're going to aggress into this B site. Just under a minute left on the clock. Rops with the first point of contact. Gets also the first vision on the enemy. Only good to take down Electronic, but does considerable amount of damage to Flame in the meantime. Actually, subsequently gets the kill. And we're going to see the bomb planted here for NaVi in this last round of the half.
Yeah, a grenade would be lovely for Mousesports to throw into the bomb planter. Instead, they've got to throw players at it. And Flamey getting overwhelmed. Simple now in the clutch, but he's stuck on the car. He's got to drive his way to first place and find a 6th round for NaVi at the end of this half. The flash is good, but no one gets a kill behind it. So Mousesports are sneaking in there, moving slowly, and Simple's given a chance, but he's not going to find Frozen. I like that bait on the box for Karrigan as well. Draws that so much attention from Simple. He's just waiting for the swing, and that gives Frozen the room to maneuver. 10 rounds at the end of the first half for Mousesports. It's a similar situation to that of Nuke. We're going to be going to a break. We got NaVi coming up in the second half, trying to pull a comeback. Otherwise, this might be the 2-0 that Mousesports dreamed of. Join us in a sec.
Ay, push start, ay, ball so hard, ay, raise the bar, ay, turn into a star, ay, play my part, yeah, I aim too far, I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up, cause it's fake, better give it up, young but I feel like I've seen enough, numbers going up, better keep it up, ain't slowing down, better live it up, about too hard, ay, what, about too hard, ay, what, about too hard, ay, about too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper with minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry as a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight double use, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders. Ay. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basic, skipping this class to stay out of trouble. Now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy, ball so hard, ayy, raise the bar, ayy, turn into a star, ayy, play my part, yeah, I aim too far, I do it big, I keep it large, okay, live it up, cause it's fake, better give it up, young but I feel like I've seen enough, numbers going up, better keep it up, ain't slowing down, better live it up, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, what, about too hard, ayy, about too hard, ayy, they not gon' like this, don't like surprises, I cause a crisis, man I'm a scientist, with the music I spice things, up to my liking, man I want nice things, this not an AK, it's a Uzi, I pull up and shoot it to movie, I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie, cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci, word of my niggas from the 021, you count 6 shots and I count 2 guns, some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun, yeah, you can come over here, swear it's like no career, swear you got no idea, soon you'll have no career, take a good look in the mirror, they need to know that I'm here, don't you act like it ain't clear, yeah, push start, ayy, ball so hard, ayy, raise the bar, ayy, turn into a star, ayy, play my part, yeah, I aim too far.
Well, it's Mousesports versus NaVi that's really what we're focusing on in terms of debate. But the bigger debate is having the X-ray on these diffuser kits as we move forward in this series. Now, personally, I'm looking at the poll. I'm seeing 1,000 votes in there, or a little more than that. And there's a lot of yes please in there. But what we didn't include in this was the fact that it should just be during post plants. I've got Hugo Byron and Harry Russell with me to sort of debate this one out, but that's what makes the most sense to me. So perhaps we just settle on that. Hugo, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. I'm not invested.
Oh, okay. Well, in that
anyway.
case, he doesn't really care, and neither should you. We're looking at GG.bet odds. NaVi, not the favorites. Mousesports dominant showing in the first half. Now they're going to switch to the T side, and it looks like they're going to head straight into this B bomb site. Electronic good for 2. Perfecto teaming up to find some for himself.
Hello.
But look at this. Chris J is going to line him up. 1, 2, click, clack, and that's that. 1 on 3.
A chance here with the USP at a range fight. If NaVi give him this duel and he wins it, well, boom, suddenly he's in pole position to take this round. Of course, the big danger is the bomb dropped to the feet of NaVi inside of the B site. They've got control over that, and with that, Chris should have no chance. A smoke in his face, that'll buy about 15 seconds.
Yeah, and a round that they're certainly, you know, I would think maybe talking over the next. Not a whole lot going to come out of this. Chris J buying some time. Harry Russell, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that is his name.
Chris J, of course, in this 1v3. Oh, sees Flamey, but that's pretty much it in terms of what Chris is seeing. Got a big old pair of eyes, but Flamey gets rid of him. And NaVi get themselves a pistol round. They've been good in these pistols in this series, but they haven't always been great at finding these conversions. We're going to see the force buy on the cards from Mousesports. They were able to do it back in the first half. NaVi finding the conversion, that is. But they weren't able to do it back on Nuke. So let's see which one this one rings out more like with this force buy now on the cards for Mouse.
Yeah, here comes a scout on Woxic. He's going to get a shot on a Perfecto, and that is already a jump start in the round here for Mousesports. Frozen finding his way out long. Is he good for one as well?
No.
Almost. Boomich goes down to 22 HP. Another Molotov's going to come in there. That's caused quite the fury. Quite the dilemma for Long A, and at least the long players. But don't worry, no one is there anymore. Mousesports have backed out. They've gone towards middle and upper B.
And what we can see is NaVi don't have a kit in this round apart from the one drop middle, so they need to pick that up when they do rotate to this B site. As Mousesports set up for the execute here, Chris is in such a good position. Now, I don't think NaVi have realized that yet. Flamey has to hold the line. He's alone inside of the site. Chris spamming with a deagle, surely no more than one, but he gets damaged. Boomish was already low, rather. It's a 2-on-2. The plant coming through. Woxic might have this shot, and that could put Simple in the hot seat. A clutch for Simple.
Yeah. Kit dropped, and we can see that because it's post-plant.
Yeah, and, you know, while it is Simple in the clutch, this might not be a simple clutch. 1v2, tagged by the scout on the first peak, and that might be him out of the round. Does go back in for a little bit more, and you can see he's so antsy about this peek in through the window from Carrigan. And that was what Mousesport looked set up to do, so it's a nice read from Simple, but you know, a nice read doesn't equate to a round win. And so Mousesports, they do manage to steal this force buy round back. They've been very, very good at this. An alternative way of looking at it is that NaVi haven't been so great in these anti-eco rounds.
That's a safe way of putting it for sure. Mousesports' Deegs have been excellent, though, in these force buy rounds, not just against NaVi in the opening map of Nuke, for example, but even against Faze yesterday. That's why we saw so many forces be won by either side. Or so many anti-ecos be lost by either side. It's, again, coming down to perspective, how you want to look at it. Mousesports, though, doesn't matter how you look at it. They're 11-6 up. They're in a great position right now to take this series 2-0. NaVi are going to be relying on their rifle rounds, and that won't be for some time. They're forced back in on the CT side. Simple's got that one gun to do it all.
Yeah, it's scary as well, right? Because losing this second round is far worse than if you lose the pistol. You know, you actually get to buy, like, sooner. And
oh my.
This round matters a hell of a lot to NaVi, and that is a big start from Simple and Flamey with this crossfire down in mid.
Yeah, definitely overcommitting there, just fully going for the kill after Chris dies. Carrigan tries to trade, but they want to know that Simple was on the corner, and he swings out of the contact made. Flamey was anti-flash as well. He 180s and deegs down Chris in the chest, you know, body shot. So excellent work. Now Mousesports, they have got to dig themselves out of this dastardly situation, getting up the catwalk. 2 players on A for NaVi. Boomich is on long as well, but not really the weapon to set up for a retake. So Mousesports don't count them out of this round, but it would be a pretty miraculous one if they get away with it. That smoke gets missed because it's blocked by Rops, and he has got to entry now and find these kills. 30 seconds, smoke on the site. Na'Vi hiding behind this utility. They can buy as much time as they want. Simple in the corner, he's ready in the Goose. The Goose is loose, and it's time to abuse Mousesports.
Goose, loose, abuse. An obtuse angle here from Woxic.
Yeah, but he's trying to put Simple in the noose. Frozen does manage a bit of damage down range. However, his time on this earth is very, very limited. He throws the AK up and away, but Frozen, they're not going to kill you till that timer runs out, and that is devastating for Mousesports. And now the investment behind this is going to be pretty lacking. Interesting thing to note, they go for the force buy, and this is just ballsy across the board from Mousesports. They've put Woxic on the AWP in a round where everyone else only has Deegs and armor. You're putting a lot of faith in Woxic, and also, you could be teeing Simple up for a phenomenal start to this second half. If that AWP manages to work its way into his hands for free, that's scary.
Heavy crossfire in middle though. That's where Mousesports are ending up. Simple's here. His teammate Flamey just rotated into B, so gonna leave Simple out alone, but the barrel of the gun could give away the peak about to come. He can see Woxic there, the jiggle, Simple, oh, the miss spray. He pre-fires, and Mousesports now know he's in position. Simple is stuck in the CT spawn, and Mousesports hanging around, waiting for the re-peak. A flash does go in from Flamey in the doorway, but finds nothing. Woxic just waiting, and I love the patience from Na'Vi, not giving anything away. Simple faking a run back, moving back with the flash, keeping Mousesports on their toes, but they are going to have to use those toes to run towards B. Up through middle, Perfecto jumps on top of the box, and he doubles down. The bomb dropped. Woxic has to pick it up, but he knows at any point Simple could come through this smoke. Spam is in. Flamey's dropped the player in the tunnels. Rops is gone. This round is falling apart for Mouse, and it might just be done.
Yeah, it looks that way. And Na'Vi, they haul an 8th one up on the board. That free AWP upgrade goes over to Simple, and oh dearie me.
Yeah, that's a scary sight. And for Mousesports, this lead starting to slip away.
Yeah, what you've done is you've given a Great White an AK-47.
Like a shark?
Yeah, yeah.
Okula?
I just figure, you know, like they're pretty dangerous as is. You've only made it more dangerous now.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Double danger.
Gotta watch yourself. You're Simple. He's gonna back out. Wisens up a little bit. Kerrigan's just gonna absolutely melt inside of what's left of that Molotov.
Cooked.
Burnt Kerrigan on the menu. Go based Simple. Run boost. He finds a kill anyway. Kerrigan just couldn't catch a break in this round. It wasn't going to start there. Boomich company shutting this down. Absolutely not a chance here as Chris J walks out B by himself with a Glock. And, well, they've definitely made the call now. The rotation's on. They're going to make him pay for this. It was a Valorant display of skills there for Chris J, but moreover, not a whole lot to show.
I'd call it more Project for Chris in that round. Not able to get anything done. And it's going to be Na'Vi finding 9 on the CT side, getting rid of the eco from Mousesports. This game is really tightened up though. It's gotten close. 3 in a row for Na'Vi in the CT side. AWP for Simple, none for Woxic. He's spamming mid with the AK. Mousesports again leading away from the Kriegs, not wanting to give them into the hands of their enemies. It's a smart decision, of course. Technically does limit you, but at the same time, you know, you just go back into M4 versus AK and you're going to be favored there anyway.
Ooh. Man, this utility's been really good from Na'Vi. In the last round, it was Kerrigan to get burnt down by the molly. In this one, Chris J ain't looking so healthy. He's going to try and lead the charge, and Simple is here in the A-bomb site. They're trying to pressure him, but this is a man who copes well under pressure. However, not under bullets, as they are kind of one of his weaknesses. Carrigan able to keep this one even, and they even boosted Frozen over here. He's able to just hold on to this long angle, and for Boomich, this is horrible, man. Like, what can he even do? The moment he turns away, he can get pincered. Rops is even flanking into the B site. Oh, Rops, almost 3. Not quite the hat trick, but definitely enough to secure the round for Mousesports. The 12th now on the board. And there's kits everywhere. Look at them.
Yeah, it's a litter of kitters. All over the ground.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not bad.
Oh, calculated, I'm sure.
It's great to see, dude. The kits are returning to their natural habitat in Dust 2.
With all the people gone.
And everything's right in the world.
Nature's back. It's beautiful.
But, yeah, Rops, it didn't even mean to get 2 there. Buy 1, get 1 free. Mousesports, 12 round to their name, and they might be in for a bit of a freebie round in the one coming if they're able to pick this one up. Both these teams have their opposition at breaking point. An alternative way to phrase that would be both these teams are almost broken. So let's see who comes out on top there in the head-to-head.
Sometimes you just got to chuckle at yourself. Oh, and just a missed opportunity there off a catwalk. It was Simple with the AWP looking towards lower in the jump spot. Probably had the spidey senses tingling of both players involved. Flamey, however, you get the tingle in his finger. Looks for the kill. Can't seem to find Rops, who is now helped put Mousesports up to a 5v3. And they're going to save. This one's already donezo.
Get him out of here. With this lurk from Frozen as well, I mean, this is perfect. He can wait here as long as he wants. He can drop in late. NaVi is saving on long. They're probably not going to go through this doorway at this point, but you know, the only issue for Frozen is he has to make noise before he comes through this choke.
Or he just one clicks Boomich to the wall. Maybe 2 clicks. Don't know if one will do it,
no,
but
probably not.
Through these doors, mate, you'd probably need get a reload off midway through, you know, going with another 10 at the next mag, and then maybe.
With your aim, sure.
Ooh.
Why? What is going on here? Why is everybody just so brutal today?
If anyone would know, it's more, you know, coming from one direction than the
sodium
other.
levels need to be checked in this room.
I thought we were having fun.
No,
Harry,
fun's not allowed here.
I'll be the first to say you're better than me at CS. You
wow,
know,
okay.
At least
well, there you go then. It's actually all come full circle. Me and Hugo are best mates again. Frozen doesn't find anyone over here on the long lurk. And a 13th round goes the way of Mouse. 3 players staying alive for NaVi has some pretty resounding implications. We mentioned how their money was not looking good. Well, you'll note now their money looks pretty good. And that's thanks to holding on to these guns.
Loss?
Oh, do or die for NaVi. Rocky Road. We'll have to see if the proof is in the pudding here for Mousesports as they look to pick up a 14th. Moxic still waiting around mid. Gonna stall that out for as long as he can. Find out where the Orb of Simple sits. It is up on the catwalk, but with no teammate to boost him into position, he has to fight a headshot angle to Xbox or just take that cat fight. Safer to back up and go into a position where you can retreat. As an AWPer, you always want to post up in positions on the CT side where you can fall back, right? From this spot symbol, he can run back towards A, he can drop CT, he can set up again on ramp. He has lots of options. You know, if he plays aggressive in the catwalk on the stairs and he gets rushed by 2 players, you know, more often than not, he's going to get traded, if not just instantly killed. So no chance to escape. But right now, Mousesports are escaping the grasp of NaVi. They might be walking into this nearly empty B site. Only 2 players here, including the middle control, and NaVi a heavy setup watching the long position. So Perfecto with the smoke, going to try and buy time here, going to try and force him into the choke point that is the window against his Deagle. Flamey, big kill, taking down Rops, but he's all that stands now at the back of the site. This round is already done like that. Blink and you miss it. Carrigan gets a double, and it's going to be Simple and Boomich looking to save.
Yeah, and you can tell by the X-ray on those kits there, the post-plant situation is on the cards.
I'm going to scream.
Of course, a new feature added on the request there of Hugo Byron. No one really asked for it or really wanted that until Hugo kind of brought it up, made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And now what we look at is Mousesports going up to 14 after that bomb plant. So,
you know,
Harry, what's your take on this whole situation now when we look at this game?
any thoughts?
Hell, you could say egg roll at this point and it'd be fine.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Mousesports, like a spring chicken. They're just looking fresh, and they're spring rolling over NaVi right now. 14-9.
Not your best work, huh?
No, definitely
not. Your
not.
worst, so, you know.
And I think that's quite telling.
Well, here we go. 14-9, and really, I honestly assume NaVi would start to close back on the CT side, right? 3 rounds in a row, getting on the board. Look at this follow-up as well.
As Karrigan, like, copied Woxic's sensitivity through playing with him for a while. That's what that clip just looked like there. He's all over the place, but in the best possible way, providing entries for Mousesports across the board. And that's what Mr. Finn has been good at for this squad.
Mr. Finn. Could be the name of a child's book about fish, perhaps. Mr. Finn.
Yeah.
Work on that one another time.
Wow, NaVi, they've got to erect a great barrier here if they want to keep this one going.
Yeah, squash this reef. Sorry, guys. Got a little carried away. 14-9, though. We need to at least take a look at this for what it's worth. AWP's still in Simple's hands, so you know he's good for it. But right now, he's stuck watching the catwalk. He's watching this middle area.
Mousesports are playing painstakingly slow right now.
That is one word to describe that for sure. Flash coming out long. Chris is going to follow it. And here's Boomich. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Sick flashbang. Really do love to see that.
That's so cool. Like, he's peeking, doesn't blind him because it falls beneath the barrier. And if they want to be fighting the guy showing his head over here on the ramp, you've got to peek into that flash. That's actually really cool. And I imagine that won't be the last time we see that flash make an appearance.
But they've got utility to deal with him. Karrigan can run up. He doesn't see as a smoke. Faze electronic sprays Karrigan. That is a heroic trade, though. It may look like he let the ball drop, but at least he doesn't let electronic double down and get the bomb under his control. Karrigan now has that back, and the kills are coming in clutch for Mousesports. It's done. It's already over. NaVi are out of this one. It's 15-9, and just a single round would send Mouse over the tipping point at 2-0 in this series to take down the top of the group.
Yeah, it's not split down the middle anymore, Harry.
No, it's really not. Since moving over to this T side, Mousesports have looked more than comfortable. 1 round away from getting this done in 2, and I think that's quite the statement for Mousesports. Obviously, still to face Astralis. That's coming up in the future, but they've toppled Faze. Obviously, we had our fair share of beefs in that matchup, and it was good to see Finn and the boys overcome that. Now, NaVi, a team that a fair few had pegged as the best team in the world right now. Mousesports might be about to make quick work of them here on the Realm of Dust 2, which, let's not forget, this was NaVi's map pick. And this one, going to be even more dominant than Nuke.
Nice trade. Mousesports have just been so on top of this you know, teamwork and going into position together. Keeping things even, 4-on-4. Frozen trying to get out long. He is lurking this round. He is on his own, so that kill is crucial as he takes the A site under control. Simple on the site, has to move from the Molotov. He's down low. Frozen finishes the job. He's already run right up long. Karrigan is here as well, and now it's just 2 players of NaVi looking to do the impossible against Mousesports. A 2-on-4 to keep this series on. That's a great shot from Perfecto, getting an AK, but is he ready for the top of middle? That's where Frozen sits, and that's where Frozen waits as he looks to close out this series. It's Flamey on just 10 points of health in a 1-on-3. Safe to say, I think this one might be done, boys.
Yeah, formalities at this point. Somehow 10 goes to 5, goes to 0. And we have Mousesports picking up the dub here over NaVi in 2 maps, making it look somewhat easy. And what that means is we're going to go to break, come back, we're going to break it down. We're probably going to catch up with someone from Mousesports, and then we're going to be jumping into Astralis versus Faze. So we will be right back with more of this great action at the ESL Pro League.
To life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire.
I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world. I want to conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. And no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Heard that, wonder when I'm gonna peak at. And that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stopping.
Mousesports versus NaVi draws to a close, and it's Mousesports to become the victors here, at least in this matchup over NaVi, who put on a performance last night but couldn't seem to find the same strength today to beat on Mousesports. Quite the showing of force, and of course, I'm not alone. I've got Harry and Hugo here. We're going to walk you right into this one, almost like an ambush. Guys, what happened here?
Man, Mousesports showed up today as they have done all Pro League long, it feels like, right? They were looking confident. It was a good display of skill across the board here again on Dust 2. You know, Frozen, I think, being the guy to really bring things up the front, but obviously Rops with some stellar moments as well. And, you know, these two have been a treat to watch. I also love this little tag team of, like, Rops and Woxic that we always seem to get. They've been a treat, man. Think about that nuke retake last night.
Yeah.
We just had, like, good moment after good moment for Mouse. And here on Dust, they show why they're such a scary team. You know, NaVi, they picked into this. This is a map that they've looked good on in the Pro League. And Mousesports make that one look, truthfully, I think a little easy in that head-to-head.
Yeah, and you know, Frozen goes 40 and 27 across these two maps of Nuke and Dust 2, and that right there speaks a testament of just the Mousesports that showed up today. Now, moreover, speaking of testaments, I do have a guest here that is ready to join us live from his playroom right now, where he normally plays with his toys. We have Alan. You might know him as Regin. He's ready to go. What's up, Regin?
Number one.
Number one. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he said it right there. What's up, dude? It's been a while.
I mean, it's all right. Missing the tournaments in the LAN environment, but we are doing okay online apparently. So
yeah, it seems pretty good right now. I just want to know, what are the vibes like? It seems like people log on every day in a TeamSpeak or Discord, and everybody's just happy all the way around.
I mean, yeah, we just do like a normal routine, like we would do to any event. We meet like 1.5 hours before, go over the maps we're gonna play, go over the map pick, the anti-strat, the things we've made specifically for one map. Yeah, so it's more or less like the normal routines that we try to do it as close as this LAN environment as possible without being together, of course.
Alan, you're on a 6 win streak so far in the Pro League. You know, things that look really good for you guys. Mousesports are looking like an incredible roster. I want to hear from you, though. With things looking so easy on the outside, I want to hear about the trials and tribulations. What is the hardest thing, at least for you as a coach, that you found for helping get Mousesports in this position in the first place?
I mean, I think it's about the consistency and making sure that people always do their best. And like, even though we're home and it can be sometimes hard to do your maximum, is where it counts, you know. So I feel like it is still the cultural differences that can be a difficulty. Me and Voxy clinch a lot when we are working. Like, we're the best friends out of the game. When we are working together, we are in our face sometimes cat and dog, you know. That is really the most difficult thing we have right now, or for me at least.
So that brings me to two questions by itself. And before you pick up here, Harry, I just want to know, in terms of a cat and dog fight, right? So normally I would say like the dog wins, I guess, but where would you put yourself in that cat and dog fight? Are you the cat or is he the cat?
I think it depends. Like, we're really good at what's it called?
Compromise?
I don't know. We're really good, like, annoying each other, you know, like, and keep
The
pushing
opposite.
because we're both so stubborn. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, it's up and down, I think.
Rajan, we learned that you were the mastermind behind that little smoke that got dropped on Nuke to extinguish a Molotov in the hut, right? That allows you to go pushing out without like obscuring that vision. And then today we saw Carrigan throw a smoke on Nuke that lands outside but blocks off vision on the rafters. Looking at like these smoke, like kind of clipping meshes and things like that, something that you guys have looked to do to try and up your game? Because I don't know, I feel like we've seen a lot of them from you guys that I haven't personally seen before.
I mean, the one we saw today from Kerrigan, the clipping one, is actually one we saw from NIP they did. I think actually it was last Pro League they did it. And we just copied it. Now we just made, we called it Perfecto Punish because we saw him, like, it was just for this match today. So that's why we incorporate these small details, like, or it's like me who's like figuring out, okay, how can we punish this guy when he's playing like this and this and this. And then we just make a simple tactic with one flash and one smoke, and it worked.
So let me just bring it to you like this, because obviously, you know, there are no cats, there are no dogs, but we do have Mouse. We have Mousesports. When I look at you guys, I see you guys certainly trending upwards. And is there anything that you would personally like to see evolve within your team, or you know, be better flourished within the Mousesports?
No, I would like the world to see that we're actually the best team in the world. Because in my opinion, we have been that since last year. We had a drop down in Katowice, but yeah, there's no one who's going to stop us right now.
Yeah, and I'd say that's pretty fair enough. We got to make them believe, and I'm going to let you do that on your own. I wish I could help you with it. But more importantly, I think you guys are making a strong enough case as it is. So thank you for your time, Alan. We'll be seeing you around. Good luck.
Cheers, bro.
See ya. All right, guys, what did you take away from that besides cats fighting dogs?
That was a great interview, right? Because it used to be the case that like Mousesports, you know, they used to say like, yeah, you know, I think we can beat like the best teams in the world, and they were always quite like humble about it while they were still on the rise. But that attitude seems like it's completely shifted. You know, now it is just, we are number one, we are the best team in the world, and that is like a level of confidence that I feel like this Mousesports squad are really taking in their stride. You know, we are seeing them make some of the most confident, some of the best like decision making in the server, some of the most like aggressive plays from this Mouse squad that we've seen since they were created in this fashion. You know, Carrigan looks like he's like rejuvenated. He's like entry fragging for the team, which is just mind-blowing. Then you've got Rops, who's this stellar anchor player. He's so good in these swing positions. Frozen, obviously, as we've seen, can pick up the slack if ever there's a day where he needs to, which, you know, does happen a fair bit. He's looked like a real diamond in the rough for this team. And then you've got, you know, Chris J and Woxic, two players, you know, Woxic, fastest sensitivity in the game, always a treat to watch on the AWP. And if ever he's not feeling it, well, then guess who you've got? Chris J or Carrigan, really. Yeah. I think this Mousesports squad, it might be right in their assumption about being best in the world.
Yeah, and it does seem like they've had at least enough time to kind of figure out where the flaws were, and they've used a lot of this time, you know, to the betterment of the team, which is awesome considering where they find themselves now, successful. Speaking of success, it is not alone that we do have the results here. We're taking a look at the Stage 2 side of things. Mousesports 3-0. NaVi will be taking their first L here against them today. That's going to put them to 2-1. Fnatic, I don't even really know what to say about them other than they are kind of running around, kind of knifing people, kind of doing whatever they're doing, but they're having fun, and they're also sitting at 2-1. So that's something by itself. Now, FaZe Clan, Astralis, that's a matchup we got coming up. Both teams are losers at this point, 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, finally, at least someone's going to get a win on the board today, as someone got a loss on the board today at the top of the group. You can see NaVi obviously not going 3-0. It's Mousesports to top their side of things, which is so interesting, you know. I can't wait to see Mousesports take on Astralis, right? Already we had those interviews with Chris where he's saying, like, yeah, we're going to beat NaVi, we're going to beat Astralis. And, well, they've done the first. Let's see if they can do the double.
Let's see if they can do it. Let's also see some of these tweets that have come through, and moreover, the memes, because some of this stuff is an action-packed punch, and I can guarantee you someone will be the difference. How about you read this one out for me there?
So this one is actually, this is kind of calling me out. This is some pretty damning evidence. I said that putting an AWP in Simple's hands is like giving an AWP to a great white shark. And sadly, I have to apologize for this one because I made a grave error. As pointed out here by Hovnaval CS, sharks don't have fingers to pull the trigger of AWPs. Yeah, I really dropped the ball on this one. There's not much else to say. I apologize on behalf of not just me, but the whole team here at Pro League, but mainly me. It's not good enough, and I need to educate myself more clearly.
And you're
on
gonna
Shark.
Yeah, Harry, you didn't just let yourself
Body
down.
parts.
You didn't just let the desk
I
down.
know.
You just left the entire ocean down.
Don't.
Yeah, you've kind of let us all down. Just go down there, guy. We're going to go ahead and go to a break. When we come back, it's 9:45 on the dot for Astralis taking on Faze. Hello. Is anybody there? That's going to be the matchup that we're looking at. That's where you're going to want to situate yourself in front of your computer screen and or TV screen. And we're going to be situated for a little bit of Faze and Astralis action when we come back. Again, 9:45 local time on the dot. We'll see you there.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
The future waits for no one, so we refuse to wait for it. Today, battles are waged in nanoseconds, and planes are piloted from the other side of the world. The future's not coming, it's already here. Join us and be the future.
2 boxes to get my knee. Where's it gone? Go to Blaze on the ramp though. He knows he's there.
You talk cause you not my team Bob, my team Bob.
see